You should grab some headphones for this. One of the biggest things I see holding AI music back is a lack of proper mastering. Today, I will show you my secret weapon, a free tool that will take your basic SUNO AI tracks from this.
Why is everything offensive? Lines keep shifting, never ending. Who decides what's still offensive? Rules keep changing, unbending.
To this.
Why is everything offensive? Lines keep shifting, never ending. Who decides what's still offensive? Rules keep changing, unbending.
This is a one-click mastering tool. No installation is required. In my previous videos, I showed you how to get your SUNO AI tracks listed on Spotify using my favorite distribution service, which gets them onto Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, iTunes, etc. Now, you may or may not know what audio mastering is, so let me explain. After recording and mixing, audio mastering is the final step in the music production process. The goal is to make the track sound balanced, cohesive, and loud enough to compete with commercial recordings while avoiding distortion. Mastering optimizes your audio for seamless playback across different systems, formats, and platforms. It removes unwanted noises, clicks, and pops, ensuring your tracks translate flawlessly from studio monitors to streaming services, vinyl releases, and everything in between. With professional mastering, you can rest assured that your music will sound its best, no matter where or how it's being played. Now, if you followed my guide on getting your AI music onto Spotify, you may have noticed after you upload your track with the distribution service, you're greeted with a screen that says Mixia's intelligent mastering engine. You're then able to preview what your AI generated music would sound like if it was professionally mastered through the third-party service Mixia, which will cost you $10.49 for every track you want to master. That can add up, but we want the best quality, right? And we don't want to break the bank, so you either cough up that $10 or continue with your original track. However, after getting a glimpse of that studio quality master, you simply can't resist but to cough up that $10 because after all, you want the best for yourself. And there are ways to mix and master your own tracks for free, but this requires manual work and a musical skill set. But my channel's about AI, so hopefully you like AI as well. If not, I'm not sure why you're even here watching my video that's about AI. Anyways, I'll get to the mastering tool in a bit because another problem I see people struggling with is the harsh cutoff of your SUNO AI tracks. And what I'm talking about is this. You see how it just stops? It just cuts off. That sucks. Not a very great ending. Don't you worry. I'm going to show you how to do this. Notice that smooth ending? This technique is commonly referred to as an echo out or reverb tail, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Unlike the mastering tool, this one will require a download, but don't worry, it's free, and it's called Audacity.
There's only one guy who would have the balls, the nerve, the audacity to do that.
Before we go into Audacity to add that finishing touch to our songs, we first need to create a song. So for this, of course, I'll be using my favorite AI music generator, SUNO AI. Now, I get a lot of questions asking how to make my songs longer than 2 minutes. If you have the SUNO AI Pro plan, which is around $10 per month, you'll be able to access V3. V3 will allow you to create an instrumental track, and it also produces better quality and longer outputs of up to 2 minutes long. Now, each generation is random and not necessarily you will get a 2-minute track. However, after you generate your track, you'll be able to right click on your song and click continue from this track. I was going to cover SUNO AI prompting, however, I'll save that for another video. For now, let's continue from this track. You can rinse and repeat this process as many times as you want. I normally shoot for around 3 to 4 times, which will get me around 3 to 4 minutes of audio, because from my experience with V3, I noticed that sometimes it will generate a 2-minute track for the first 2 tracks. Then the continued tracks will sometimes generate only 1-minute long tracks. Keep in mind it's not perfect, so you may need to generate a bit more than 3 to 4 times. It really depends. However, after you have all the tracks you want, right click on the last audio file like this and select get the whole song. Now the beauty of this is that it won't consume credits to stitch together your full song, and when it's done, simply download your full track. If you got lucky, the track ended nicely. If not, now we need to work some audio magic with Audacity, which I told you about earlier. So now I'll meet you inside of Audacity. Here we can drag our AI generated music that we got from SUNO AI right into Audacity. This is called a DAW, D-A-W, which stands for Digital Audio Workstation. Just thought I'd throw that out there. Next, scroll to the right to expose the ending of the track. Now we need to generate some silence. Make sure to click off your audio track and now click on Generate Silence. I love silence. Default settings are fine. Click generate and now we have a track of silence. Drag that empty track and place it against your AI music track. Now find a section in your track where you want it to end. In my screen, I'm zooming into the track timeline by holding down the control key and zooming in with my mouse wheel. Much better. We can now see the waveform with more detail. I like this last hit or beat from my track, so I'll select from here and parts of the empty track like this. Next, click on Effect, Delay, and Reverb. Now go to Presets and Settings, Factory Presets, and Large Room. I like to add a little more wet gain. This is just my preference, and here is where we need to crank up the room size to 100. Boom. Now we can see the track nicely fades out. Perfect. Now this is what we want. Keep in mind, I normally do this in Adobe Audition, which allows more control over the reverb, but I wanted to keep things free and easy for most. You'd get more control and better results with Adobe Audition or even Adobe Premiere Pro. I pay for Adobe, however, I know not everyone has it, so this is the workaround. Now let's hear the difference. Perfect. The next step is to export our file. I already did that, but to do that, simply select File and export the audio. I've experimented with a lot of different mastering techniques over the years, and I found that this free tool specifically works wonders for SUNO AI music. Let me show you why. If you don't have headphones on, you might want to put some on to hear the difference. Here's the track straight from SUNO AI.
Words we once used so casually, now deemed offensive painfully. Constantly walking on eggshells, trying to please, but who can tell? Why is everything offensive?
Now here is the mastered track.
Words we once used so casually, now deemed offensive painfully. Constantly walking on eggshells, trying to please, but who can tell? Why is everything offensive?
That's a big difference. Now, let me play the mastered track from Mixia. You know, the one that DistroKid promotes, which charges you $10 per master.
Words we once used so casually, now deemed offensive painfully. Constantly walking on eggshells, trying to please, but who can tell? Why is everything offensive?
Damn, that sounds nice too, but when comparing them side by side to the free version mastering, tell me if you can hear the difference.
Why is everything offensive? Why is everything offensive?
Now, can it and will it be better than a skilled human adding mastering touches? Probably not, but it comes extremely close and it does it at lightning speeds with only a single click. Now that's pretty impressive. Let's get this track mastered. Go to... Now simply drag and drop your finished SUNO AI track here and boom. a mastered track. Now, depending on the style you're going for, you can select universal, fire, clarity, or tape. For rock, pop, electronic, or alternative, use universal. For trap, hip-hop, experimental, reggaeton, use fire. For acoustic, classical, R&B, singer, songwriter, use clarity. And last but not least, for jazz, alternative, indie, and rock, use tape. Click on download and you're all set. Now, all you need to do is to upload your music to Spotify and enjoy. I hope these little tips and tricks helps you, and if you found value in my video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment so you don't miss out on any future original AI content. Want to add a fun twist to your SUNO creations? Check out this video that shows you how to change the singing voice. In this step-by-step guide, I'll take you on a wild ride where we'll transform your music to be sung by Perry Griffin, Peter Griffin's musically talented brother. But don't quote me on that, he has no ties to that Family Guy.